Wazaaaaap? Welcome to La Ventanita C.F. I am your host, Wario 64, aka Bernie. I am here with our second host, Akeem, aka Kalypso. What's going on, Akeem?
What is up? It is international break time. The team gets a very, very well deserved rest. A bit of a rest. We actually have a lot of players on international duty, so it's gonna be.
Yeah,
There's no loss of content and games to watch coming up in this international break, which is very exciting for us.
yeah, definitely very exciting. We got some information about our next episode at the end of this episode. So we got a really cool next episode coming out, and along with that, we'll react to our players and how they look playing for their countries, playing for their international teams, and this is really really exciting. We were talking about it before the show, and you know what? I'll save it for later. We'll get into more detail about it soon because we do got a little bit of an action-packed episode, Akeem. Don't remind me. We'll tell everybody about our conversation before about having this many players on break,
Yeah,
and why it's cool, and stuff like that. But let me recap what we're gonna go ahead and talk about today. Not recap, but kind of just give you guys a summary of what we're gonna do. Keem's gonna take us around the MLS last Saturday and Sunday, last weekend's results, and the standings. Some really cool standings there. A lot of Inter Miami fans excited about those standings. And we are too, right? I think we saw Caesar's meme on Twitter. There's a lot of memes on Twitter about it, so we're feeling good there. So we'll kick off the show with that. Then we'll react to Portland win. That win is what got us up in those standings. Well deserved win. We'll get into that a little bit. Talk about what could have been a loss, uh, but definitely a good win. Well deserved with how they played most of the match. We'll get into that later. We'll give our reaction of where we're looking at of what how we're looking 1/3 into the season and what we expect. Maybe some end of season predictions. And then I'll end the show by showing you guys where to watch our herons on international duty. I've actually set up a whole list of all the players, all the channels, all the games, and then Inter Miami drops the list, which helped me reinforce my list. I'm really happy they did that, but
it's a lot of games. We have a lot of players on international duty.
yeah,
There's more.
it's
There's another call up getting another three call ups getting announced every day. It's crazy.
yeah, I have to keep updating this list, and it took me like an hour to make the original list, and Inter then made it for me. If I knew they were gonna do that, I probably would have taken a break. But yeah, I like my list too. They organized theirs chronologically. I did mine by team, by
Yeah,
country. So
which is
we'll be
what I would
posting
have
that on
done.
Twitter too. Yeah, we'll post it on Twitter too. Um, and then yeah, we'll talk to you guys about our next episode at the end of that. So without further ado, Akeem, could you take us around the results around the MLS on Saturday?
Let's go around the MLS. All right, home teams first. Let's do this. So we had LAFC beating San Jose 3-2. We also had Toronto beating Chicago 3-2. Atlanta United with a man down lost to Columbus 2-1. We had New York Red Bulls putting four past DC United. DC United got a consolation goal, so 4-1
Lewis
there.
Morgan got in there.
Lewis Morgan had a banger of a goal. Absolute banger. Look it up if you can on Twitter. Then we had Montreal. We had Montreal beating Cincinnati 3-4. Sorry, 4-3. Sorry, 4-3. I don't know what it is about Cincinnati and Montreal, but that's like 7 goals right there, guaranteed. I don't know what it is about them. It happens constantly. Then you had New England and Philadelphia tying 1-0. You had Orlando City going up 1-0 in the first half, and then dropping the spaghetti to FC Dallas. Final score is gonna be 3-1 FC Dallas. You had our game, which we're gonna come up with next. You're gonna be Inter Miami 2, Portland 1. Then you had Minnesota United losing 1-0 to New York City FC. You had Colorado losing to Nashville 3-1. And you had Sporting Kansas City losing to Vancouver 1-0. Salt Lake City beat Houston Dynamo. I always struggle with that word. 3-0. And then on Sunday, we had LA Galaxy beating Austin 4-1. And
That was a
then
good
this
game. I watched that one
it was
too.
a great game. And then this next game helped us out a lot in the standings. Seattle Sounders come from behind and beat Charlotte 2-1.
Yeah, Charlotte came out 1-0 off. I think it was Bender.
Yep, Ben Bender.
And
Yep.
we could talk about that real quick. Coming off that loss, they fired Miguel Angel Ramirez.
That was
Um,
wild.
that was wild, but this ownership's known for being wild like that, and it just I'll quickly touch on it because I'm grateful for the ownership we have. A lot of people were trying to fire Neville. Were
Mm-hmm.
you one of those?
Mm.
Clear that up for a second.
I
Were
was
you?
never
Were
that.
you? What
I
do
was
you?
never that guy. I
No.
was never that guy.
Okay.
Nope. If I
No, you
was, I would
weren't.
say it. I don't know, and I wasn't. I was always the give him one more season, and I was kind of like that with Diego Alonso too. I was like, give him
My
another season.
my gut reaction to a lot of these losses, like coming off, driving all the way there, and by the third, fourth loss, my gut reaction was expecting to get an update from ESPN saying Phil Neville relieved of duties or whatever. Um, I really thought it would happen, and I'm glad it didn't. Um, whether I wanted it to happen or not, there was moments where I did, and then after clarity and thinking about it, I said, you know what, we have sanctions anyway. Who else is available? And after giving them, what's it been? Now it's been 9 plus 5, 14 games. Yeah, I think 14 games into the
Hmm.
season. I think we're building a clear identity, and we'll get into more of that. But um, I'm glad we didn't gut reaction fire Neville, and it's such a different situation with Charlotte because that's where we're talking about it. They they had the results there, right? For an expansion team, I would have traded if you wanted to trade results, our expansion year versus their inaugural year, like I would have done it in a heartbeat, right? And Miguel Angel
Yeah,
Ramirez looked like a cool coach. I honestly like the way he dressed for our game. He looked fresh as hell.
yeah.
I thought he looked dope and shit. He's a cool coach. I think he criticized the front office a lot, and he got in
Which
trouble
is
for it.
why a lot of people are saying that he got fired. A lot of people are saying the front office was being petty as fuck, and they're like, you know what, get out, because they're where as far as points, where's points?
Well, their DP, one of their DPs, I forget the guy's name, supposedly didn't want him there either.
Well, they did. What I saw was they didn't say who the DP was. They
But
just
there's
said it
YouTube
was a DP.
speculation.
Of
There's
course,
YouTube speculation
of
on this
course.
one guy. I think he's Polish that plays for them.
That's probably
I
who it is. Yeah,
I forget who it is, and he was talking on a YouTube channel, on a Poland media channel, and he was talking about how he likes another coach better or whatever. Or he said the other coach is the best, the guy taking over. So I don't know,
yeah.
whatever. Charlotte,
Keep in mind we're only 2 points ahead of Charlotte right now. That loss helped
yeah,
us out a lot.
that loss did help us out a lot, and I can't say I wish the best for them. I kind
No,
of feel
of
like they
course not.
did.
It's competition.
I it's competition. Not only that, they kind of did Miguel Angel Ramirez dirty.
Mm-hmm.
Um, a team that I wanted to kind of like as an inaugural team and kind of like give some respect to. I can't really give too much to now anyway, and I guess it can only fuel the rivalry because I kind of like the coach. I like the Estamos Jodidos thing. I
Yeah.
I like Neville and how honest he is, but I loved how brutally honest Miguel Angel Ramirez was there. And
Yeah.
I hope to see him in the MLS in some capacity, maybe even Inter one day. Who knows? I thought he was a pretty cool coach. I
He's a
like the
good
way they
coach. Yeah.
played.
He's
Yeah,
a good
and they
coach.
played well. So whatever. Charlotte's a dumpster fire. Somebody else will pick up on him. I don't know. Supposedly he ended his relationship bad at his last team. Could be one of these like Miami Heat situations. Pat Riley and Jimmy Butler. They all a
Yeah,
lot of
butt
teams
heads.
didn't
Yeah.
like Jimmy Butler. Yeah, they didn't like Jimmy Butler at Minnesota or Philly or whatever, but he fits good in Miami. And supposedly Jimmy was the problem in Minnesota and he was the problem in Philly, but look at the success in Miami, right? So,
Exactly.
alrighty. So let's go ahead and get right into this Portland dub. I think we didn't mention it, but all those games you talked about, people wore the prime blue jerseys, so it was nice to see the league wear our colors.
Yeah, bro. I actually like. It was. I'm gonna be in the minority opinion of this. I think we look good in all white. That's just me though. I wouldn't mind wearing the all white again, but I like our jerseys now. But and
Um,
we're switching the La Palma next season, so we'll see how that goes.
so we can touch on that real quick. Why not? Let's have a little jersey talk real quick. We have jersey talk every episode now.
Just a bit, a little, just as a treat, a little bit of jersey
Just
talk.
just a little treat here, bonus. Yeah, I like the way we look in all white. It looked classy. The first 2 years, it didn't do they didn't have classy results on the field though.
Yeah,
And I
so there
feel
might
I
be bad
feel
luck.
like well, who cares about that really?
Yeah, I'm joking.
And they couldn't give a shit. But I think what's happening is we've changed from all white to pink,
Hmm.
and now that we have this pink look, uh, that's kind of like our home.
Don't get me wrong. I like the pink look. I like the pink.
No. I like it too, and I'm not saying that. I'm just saying like I think it took over that position. Ooh, penalty for Pulisic. Sorry
Ooh,
guys, I was looking at this other screen because we were in the box there. We're watching the USA Morocco friendly live, and
exactly.
we'll get into more details about that. Ooh, yellow. So it's a penalty on Puli. I thought Puli flopped a little bit,
Okay.
but another yellow for another player.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah,
Craziness going on over there.
yeah. Oh, and he might get a fucking red right now. Se la está
Jeez.
buscando. Se la está buscando. He's in the ref's ear. He's looking for it.
Oh
Oh god,
man.
AO.
Ugh. Ugh.
AO is so cringe. I feel so bad, dude. And this game's in Cincinnati too. We'll talk about that.
Mucho
Whatever. I wish,
cringe. All the cringe.
but yeah. The pink jerseys. They've taken over that white spot for me, and they're gonna be here at least this year and next year.
Yeah.
La
They
Palma's going away.
alternate the jerseys. They alternate the jerseys
Yeah,
every year.
they
So
alternate one jersey, and we've
mhm.
talked about the need for third kits, whatever. Let's just talk about it in the framework that we have now. So the uh the Palma jerseys, we've only worn them once all year.
Oh
We
shit, I
only
didn't even
wore them
realize that.
against Seattle. We only wore them against Seattle because most of the time at home we're rocking our pink, and most of the time away the pink contradicts whoever's home
Yeah,
jersey.
it doesn't clash
Except
with
for
other teams.
except for Seattle's, I believe Seattle they had their green and blue, so pink. I don't know. I thought pink would have been a good opposite, but I guess they went with black. It
I mean,
worked.
we've talked about it before. The way MLS does their color, like picking their jerseys, doesn't make any fucking sense, anyways.
Oh yeah,
So
like the pink versus the red. Yeah, that was a
yeah,
weird
like
one.
they make teams wear away jerseys at home and shit. Like so, I've given up on trying to understand how they pick which
The
jerseys
NBA
look
the
like
NBA
where.
made their rules kind of clear once upon a time. I don't know how the MLS ones
Doesn't
are
like the
though.
home team usually wear white in an NBA? I'm not sure. I don't watch a lot of basketball.
No, but they changed that when Nike came in. I remember they changed that and they made it public. It used to be
Oh,
the
okay.
home team had to wear white. That used to be it back in the day, and then now in the NBA, the home team chooses whatever jersey they want, and the away team
Mm.
has to choose one that the colors don't contradict or whatever.
I mean,
That they get
that's
to
just
root for.
simple
Yeah,
enough. Like, okay, we choose what,
yeah.
especially because in basketball you have a lot of different jerseys.
Now
Like
see, NBA gets it.
they get it.
NBA
'Cause
gets a
they
lot of
want to
things.
sell fucking merch.
Yeah.
They want to make money and sell merch.
There's like five Heat jerseys a year, and there's always like a really cool one, like the mashup one or the Vice
Hmm.
ones they used to make. Who's stepping up for this penalty?
They
Um,
still haven't taken it. Jeez.
yeah, a lot of barking.
Oh, okay. Chippy game for a game against just Morocco. You think that would
Well,
be an easy game?
Morocco's playing Canada. Remember, we're playing Iran, so it's kind of our
Mm,
warm up. Ooh, the keeper guessed right, and I believe it was Yunus Musa. He got his revenge after missing the Copa del Rey penalty.
okay.
He got that's good. That's good for his confidence. I'm glad they picked him because he did miss one recently, so I don't want to like wash that away.
What
Kind of bleach that off. I think that's Yunus Musa. No, it's not. That wasn't Yunus Musa.
are you trying to say?
Wait, who scored the penalty kick? I'm tripping. Yeah, it wasn't Musa. I just saw Musa celebrating.
Oh,
Is this
okay.
Haji Wright? It might be Haji Wright. I'm not used to seeing him. It's not
Oh
where I
yeah, I
see
forgot
where
Haji got picked up. Yeah,
that is Haji Wright. That is Haji Wright. I'm tripping.
yeah. That roster look actually pretty good for you
Yeah.
guys. Saying
That's
we're
my
gonna,
first time seeing
yeah.
Haji Wright. Okay, so that's good. Haji Wright gets his
Yeah,
first ball in the
that's
net.
his, and that was his. I think if I'm mistaken, that's his first cap. If I'm not mistaken.
His first cap, yeah, first cap, first
Yeah.
goal.
So first
Yeah,
cap,
yeah.
first goal, not bad.
Yeah, we're up 3-0. 3-0. I think the first goal was Aronson, second goal was Wea, and third goal Haji Wright. So
Yeah.
reacting to it live here, pretty good game so far. I've enjoyed it. And we look good. We look good. Against Morocco's no joke. Morocco's no joke, and we'll get
No,
into
they're
that a
not.
little bit more later. Yeah, Morocco's awesome, and it warms us up for Iran. Definitely, Africa plays a strong brand of soccer. They were talking about
Hmm.
earlier. Morocco's last six out of their last 23, 16 of them were shutouts, clean
Oh,
sheets.
jeez.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
There's
they're
some
a
good
good
teams
team.
on there. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely so. Um, Let me see. Let's go ahead and react to. Actually, wait. God, we've been on this Jersey one for a while. My bad. Where
It's
my
all
ADD,
good. This is
my
what we
ADD
do.
is like flaring up. So for next year we're gonna have pink. I doubt we're gonna do white because pink and white are too close.
Yeah, they're
Um,
gonna do a black jersey. I just hope it's gonna be better than La Palma that they have right now. I don't care for it too much.
I kind of like La Palma. It doesn't like I think we've talked about it doesn't show enough, but I like it as a jersey. I don't think they'll go solid black. I hope they'll take my advice and start doing like a pink and black splotch or something. I don't know, something cool like that, like
I
something like
think
a
they should do
design or
like
pattern.
I think they should do
It should be like a
pinstripes.
pattern.
I think that'll look good. Black on
Yeah,
pinstripes. I think that'll look good.
and then if you bring that, then you can go back to white once the pink's gone.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the point I was trying
Because
to
you
make.
still have you'll still have pink, or even
Yeah,
either pinstripes or just a regular stripe jersey like how Atlanta usually does.
like
This
the
year
ones
they
I
have
do.
the five this year they have the regular stripes, the thin ones in the middle, but having a white home and a black and pink striped away jersey actually I wouldn't mind that because then you have all the colors that you need right there. Searching through
Yeah, but
all the jerseys.
I I can't find it. It might be in the dirty television.
That's fine.
But yeah, I want a pattern. Give me a pattern. Give me tie
Yeah,
dye.
give
Give me
us
something cool,
patterns.
bro.
Yeah, make it
Give me
look
something. Give me
interesting.
something flashy, and then you can go back to the white jerseys. By what season would that be? The 2024 season.
Yeah.
So yeah, a little jersey talk there, mixed in with some ADD in the USA game. Let's get into the Portland win.
Yes.
The crowd attendance. Somebody posted it on Twitter in the Vice City chat, and we were at the bottom of the MLS, right, at like 11K.
Yes, we had 11K that season. There was even an article, an opinion article written in, I believe, the Sun Sentinel or the Miami Herald. I don't remember which one. I remember it was probably Sun Sentinel because I saw Michelle Kaufman. She tweeted it, like getting mad, like not getting mad, but like saying how, basically saying that the team has failed because of our attendance, right? And of course, all the Twitter
Uh,
trolls and shit jumped on it and all that bullshit. But people need to realize there's a few factors, right? One, that game
Rain delay.
it was a grain delay. How long was the delay again? It wasn't that bad this game.
It seems like every home game's a rain delay now.
Every Hungary is a rain delay. We're playing 45 minutes to an hour outside of the city, in a different city, and the team
The
hasn't been
team,
good for the
the
past
team,
2 years.
the team didn't win 5 games straight. That turned a lot of people off. A lot of people,
Yeah, and
shut it down.
understandably, that makes sense because in South Florida, if you're gonna drive all the way up to Fort Lauderdale, there's a many things you can do that's better better ways to spend your money. You can go to Las Olas, you can go to the clubs, you can go to restaurants. There's a million things to do. It's not like you're in Cincinnati or you're in fucking like in
Yeah,
random middle what's the word Midwest cities and shit.
yeah. You can go to
Like
Bayside, Dolphin
yeah, there's
Mall,
shit to
Las
do in
Vegas, like I
South
said.
Florida.
There's
And
where the Boomers used to be. There's like this new mall, Dania Point, I think, or something. I want to check that
never
out.
heard of it.
I don't know. I drove by it on the highway back from the game. I was like, this is where fucking Boomers used to be in the wooden roller coaster. They got like a mall there.
Oh, you mean
And they
Boomer's
have
the
a Nike
actual
outlet.
skate park?
They have a
Yeah, that's
Nike outlet.
right.
That's what got me. I saw the Nike outlet, and then
Yeah,
like this,
they built a
I think
bunch
like
of like
a hibachi
shopping
joint or
plazas
something.
there. Yeah, they built a bunch of shopping plazas where Boomers used to be,
Yeah.
where the Hurricane was, the roller coaster.
But the point is, yeah, there's a bunch of shit to do. Um, Inter kind of got on the wrong track, and Phil Neville spoke on it.
He
Um,
did.
I agree. I agree with what he's saying. He talked about us, the nucleus that's never gonna abandon those 11K. You can count on probably as a nucleus. 8K maybe. I would say 8K is probably a really strong nucleus where if shit gets really really sour and down, they could
Yeah,
probably get down into the 8K. Which, knowing how low attendance soccer usually is in South Florida, 11K is still Miami FC's biggest game ever. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like,
exactly.
uh,
Yeah, that's more than any. Yeah, and they're in the city.
yeah,
They're more west, but still they're in Miami. There's no reason for a lot of
MLS
people not to go.
MLS has grown though, and MLS numbers are usually really high. They were talking about the whole. Another thing people were talking about on Twitter was the tickets sold versus butts and seats. Butts and seats is probably well intercounted, I think, because they usually get like a really exact number or whatever. So they probably just count the amount of people who scan their tickets coming in,
Hmm.
versus some people will count like tickets they gave away, but people never scan to come in. Um, I don't know the logistics of all of it. I just know Inter does have to improve their attendance numbers, and like I mentioned earlier, Neville was saying that the nucleus of us needs, we need our friends and family to join with us, and I agree. We do. We need people to come in. We need people to join us and make these crowds bigger. And this isn't the Inter of the beginning of the season. This Inter's found an identity, and we'll get into that in our third season reaction. And it's time for people to start filling up the stands. All that being said, I felt like we sounded good on TV. They
We
obviously have
did.
the two dude, but they have two microphones. I was talking about somebody
Yeah.
about that. They have two microphones in our section. I have it there, whatever. Every MLS team does it
Yeah,
nowadays.
they do. Everybody does that so that it comes out clear. Well, I would say it comes out
It
clear.
sounds crisper. It sounds all crisper.
Yeah,
When you hear
on
the drums,
broadcast. Yeah.
honestly, when you do it, the drums kind of sound really loud, and you can barely hear the voices sometimes, which tends to happen in the section as well. Sometimes they
Yeah.
they kind of they'll kind of stop the drums and let us go at it in the voices, and those parts sound really really good on the microphone as well. But overall, it was a good. I thought it was a good environment. Coming off the rain delay, I had fun. I
Mm.
slipped, dude. I avoided slipping all the way until the end. This
Oh
lady, I
my
don't know if you
god.
remember, the security guard came up to me and she was like yelling at me to get down, and I got down. I'm a well-behaved boy. I'm getting rowdy up there, but she tells me to get down, whatever. I'm not gonna cause any fuss. Everybody else is up on the stand anyway, and she's gonna have to tell everybody else to get down.
Yeah,
So
I didn't get up there
what I
first until it dried up.
what I did is I moved, and it didn't really dry up all game. It kind of stayed wet, and I slipped at the end of the game, bro. As I was coming down at the end of the game, it was horrible. Um, yeah, it
Oh
was horrible. I
man,
have a huge bruise on my left knee. It's not
that
too
stuff's
bad,
a
but
doozy.
yeah, it's typical Vice City, uh, shenanigans up there, you know. But we had a fun time in the stands, I would say.
We
Coming off the rain
always
today,
do.
it was a good game, eh? We won. It's always good when we win. It got nerve wracking towards the end, like it always does. Uh,
Yeah,
but
but
I
we're,
guess
we're
we
getting better because, to be honest, I think this is probably our best performance of the season. We're progressively getting better and better. And if you look at the two goals that we scored, the team is playing very. The passing is a lot crisper. The team is playing well. Like how I mentioned before, I mentioned in episodes before how knowing where a player's making runs and understanding like, okay, so and so likes to make a run this way and stuff like that. We saw a lot of that. We saw Campana doing back heels and Bryce Duke too, like making good passes. There was one cross to Robbie Robinson. I forget who made it, but it was like pinpoint accurate. Hit him right in the chest. It was so good. So the passing is getting a lot better. The team's working better, being more cohesive, and we're looking better and better as the season goes on. And we're only a third of the way into the season so far.
well, let me tell you something. I'll give you the first half.
Yeah.
I'll give you the first half. That was our best half, maybe.
Okay.
Maybe our best half. You could maybe count. You could compare it against the New York Red Bulls first half that we played really good as well. But I would give you that our first half against Portland was really good. The There was a lot of goals that should have gone in. There was a lot of plays that were kind of like crapped on. There was a Duke shot, I believe, right? Or
Yeah.
yeah, there was Duke shot early on. The team was playing super crisp. The passing was great, and I think Bryce Duke had most to do with it because the second half, here's where I'm going to argue with you that I don't think this is the best game we played. The second half was ugly as fuck, dude. Like we got that
It was.
60th minute goal, and then the end was like the last 20 minutes really was nerve wracking, and it could have ended in a draw, and I really wished it didn't. I'm
Yeah.
glad it didn't.
Portland
But
hit the post in like the last minute. They hit the post.
and I'll tell you why I think the second half was shit. But the first half was great. It capitalized on that beautiful goal from who passed it to McVay. I forget who passed it to McVay. It might have been Duke or
I'm pretty
no
sure Gregory got the ball
or
and passed
Gregory.
it up. He
Yeah,
he
I think
just
Gregory
he
gave it to McVay.
pickpocketed somebody, got the ball
He
and
gave it to
passed it up
McVay.
and gave it to McVay.
McVay
Yeah.
looked great. McVay looked great as
He
well. He
looked
came
really good.
into the box. He gave a super nice cross to Campana, who just turns it slightly into the opposite side of the goalkeeper there, dude. What a beautiful goal. We celebrated that one heavy duty.
That
I
was
think
really
you were
good.
with me again, right? You were with me up there or
Yeah, yeah.
in the middle?
I went up to you. I was next to you in the second half.
Wilson was
Remember?
mad.
Wilson was mad at me
Was
because I moved.
mad. Wilson-
Yeah,
yeah, bro, that section's dope though. He's gotta come up with us. Right in the middle by the band.
exactly. But yeah, I will slightly disagree because so the Red Bull game. You say we played better in the Red Bull game overall. I'm talking about. And I know you said the first half, but even in the
Clean
first half,
sheet. It was a clean shot. It was
it
2-0.
was, it was. But the reason why I say that because that first 15 minutes in that Red Bull game, we were sweating. We were. They came out the gates
Yeah.
running, and then we eventually calmed it down. It happened a bit here in the Portland game, but I feel like instead
did.
of the first 20 minutes, it was the first 5
It
minutes.
was reduced. It was reduced. Yeah.
And after those 5 minutes, then we started. Then after that, we had control of the game up until the near end. So that's why I say we played better in this game, and this is our best performance of the season because we controlled the game for a longer period of time rather than in the New York Red Bulls game. That first 20, 30 minutes, we were looking a bit shaky, and then we got our legs under, and then we were good. So that's why I say the Portland performance was better.
Let's go over the stats real quick. What was the possession for the Portland game? I'll look up the New York game.
For the Portland game, it was we had 53% possession.
Okay,
I'm
pretty sure. I'm pretty sure the Red Bulls was a higher one. I'm pulling it up.
It
now.
was.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure it was like in the 60%. Yeah.
and that's not the tell. That's not the all. You
Of
know
course.
Thing, but let me see.
we had
Actually,
we
no,
had
wait,
15 shots the game.
Oh no, I'm wrong.
Oh.
They had 53. They had 53%. We had 47%. Wait, I'm on the. Oh no, wrong game. Wrong game.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay.
Wrong. Wait,
So
wrong.
I'm like that number is very very close.
Yeah. Very wrong game.
Yeah,
Sorry.
we had like 87% passing accuracy. We had 15 shots, 6 on target. So we were trying a lot. I don't think we had that many shots in the Red Bull game.
How many shots was it again? Say it one more time, my bad.
15.
15. Okay.
6 on 15, 6 on target.
We had 11. We had 5 on target, so
Mm,
kind of the same. They
almost.
had
Yeah.
40 no, but they had 54%, we had 46. So hey, the stats go your favor on that Portland game. I guess I'm a results guy.
I get what you're saying. Yeah,
Yeah,
I can
yeah,
understand why you would see the Red Bull game as the
yeah.
more dominant performance, but yeah, you're right. In that first half, it was kind of all over the place, but I felt over a longer period of time we controlled the game better.
Yeah, and with all this time we got, we watching international games, but I'll rewatch both games. Those are two good games to rewatch.
Mm-hmm.
They're wins that have helped us climb the table. Our second goal, let's get into that real quick. And the other goals before we get into the standings and show everybody that win where that win ended up taking us. Or vomit there.
You got it eventually.
Yeah, my bad. The USA game, dude. I'm so sorry. This is so hard to like fumble between them, but
It's all good.
this is the perfect time to record and pull it. Wait, that's not Pulisic. This is Joe Scally making a run. Haji Ray.
Nice.
All right, enough USMNT. We'll
Hmm.
we'll get a little bit into that later on, but I've said we'll get into that later so many times today. Oh my god.
I mean,
Whatever.
we are.
Not
It's
our
not
best.
a.
Not our best
It's a
podcast.
factual statement. We will get to it eventually.
Yeah, yeah, but I gotta stop
You're not
repeating it. Not
lying.
not our best podcast so far, especially with my word vomit. Let me
Every
just
podcast
ignore
is
this.
our best. Every podcast is our best podcast.
Yeah, I agree. Um, so the second goal, that's what we're talking about. The second
Yeah.
goal was a beautiful shot from Lassiter. I believe it hit the post.
I believe it was Campana. Oh no, it was Lassiter. It
No,
was
no, it
Lassiter.
was Lassiter. It was
It was
Lassiter. Yeah,
Lassiter. Yeah.
he hit the post, and Robbie Taylor was there to clean it up. The first half substitutions included a sub for Bryce Duke. Neville chalked that one up to the yellow card. Which
Yeah, I can see that.
I get, but like scared money don't make no money, bro. And
Well, he got that card very early. It was like
he
very,
did,
very early.
but we
It
didn't
was like
look
the
we didn't
10th minute.
we didn't look like the same team. Like at least get to the 55th, I don't know, the 60th or something. Get a little more creativity, but we
Trust me
we
when
did get the
this
goal
yellow
anyway.
card was.
We got the goal anyway.
Hmm.
Portland kind of dominated that second half. Parts of it, especially towards the end, we got the goal from Tuiloma. I believe it was a header from him.
Yeah.
Um,
By the way, Bryce still got a yellow card in the 14th minute.
yeah, pretty early there, and I get it. You want to protect them, you don't want to protect the team, but we didn't look good. We went to that 5-man back line. Did you see the press conference? You see how pissed Neville was when um this guy, he was actually Miguel Paz. He was on Miami Total Football. I was listening to their podcast earlier. He was on their pod earlier, and he asked Neville about the 5-man back line, and Neville was pissed. Neville gets kind of witty with people, and he sounded all
He doesn't like.
pissy.
He doesn't suffer fools well. Is that British like attitude? Like, if you're gonna talk shit, he's gonna say something.
Yeah, so I can't remember his full reaction, but it was something along the lines of, "Oh, we've been practicing that line forever. That line's not the problem." I take the blame. He took the blame for the 20 minutes, which is good. He's stopping to put his blame on his players because they're playing better, but he's
Yeah, he
taking
can't.
blame for it. He's saying that the 5-man back line wasn't the problem. When I can't say it's the solution. We're not looking good in it. We've never looked good in it. I'd say we stay with four. People talking about the 4-4-2. I like the 4-4-2 better. When we shift into the 4-4-2, I'll take that over the 5 whatever 3-2-1 he does. I don't know. But
So
yeah.
the way Google has the lineup here, they have. So I don't know if they change it. I don't know if they put this based on the starting lineup and the starting formation or how it changes. But the way they have it listed here is they have the back four. Then in front of the backs, they have Jean Mota and Gregory, and then in front of them they have Robson, Duke, Lassiter, and Campana at the top.
No,
That's how they have it. That's at least how they're showing it here. I don't know if that's based on the starting lineup or
no.
or average.
The how Inter does it is starts it in a 4-3-3. Like they show it in the app.
Yeah,
They kind of get in that.
which I'm glad because some teams don't do it, they just have a list. I'm
Yeah.
glad they show the formation of
Yeah, they show the
when they
formation.
post it.
At least the starting one, and they tend to move into a 4-4-2 where Duke drifts high.
Mm-hmm.
Duke usually likes to drift high because he puts pressure.
They had
He's like a
they
poacher,
have Duke at the 10 here and Campana up top at the 9.
Yeah, he's been playing like a 10-8 hybrid.
I like him as a 10. I like it. He's doing well. He needs to stop doing all the tricky shit.
I would like to see him with another good midfielder, dude. Like,
I mean, he's working well with Gregory. Gregory's getting him good passes. Because basically what they're doing is Gregory strips the ball, they give it to Duke, or sometimes if McVeigh's up there, they give it to him, like what happened with the goal.
Imagine
And
if they had Messi to give it to.
oh my god.
No, but
And we'll
coming
cross
off
that bridge
today,
when it's here.
coming off Messi's performance today, bro. Anybody talking shit about having Messi, like the way he played today, if he could play like that in a year and a half and come here, bro, or a year,
Yeah,
he's gonna light shit up, dude. Oh my god, especially for us, that'd be crazy.
that would be
Um,
crazy. We're winning trophies if
so
that
we'll
happens.
figure that. I don't know what's going on with Pellegrini. You know what's something else we gotta bring up next episode? Pellegrini and Pizarro. I gotta do better research on that.
Yeah, we
What the
gotta
hell's going on with
deep
that?
dive into that. Yeah.
I Pellegrini and Pizarro are out on loan. I know they have another year on their contract, I believe, and we
hmm
gotta sell them, I guess.
I say we have to get rid of Pizarro because he's taking up a DP spot even though he's on loan. So
Yeah, we
that's
gotta
dead
get rid.
weight.
We gotta sell him. We gotta sell him.
If we get rid of Higuain, I think
Yeah, we
we
are. We are.
can.
We have a team
Yeah,
option. We have a team
yeah,
option. We're getting rid of him.
yeah. But I'm just in general. I think we will get
We're
rid of
getting rid.
Higuain. We will get rid of him.
You can go along the train of thought of we're getting rid of him,
Yeah,
like 100%.
but let's. Yeah.
Pizarro's a whole other story. Whether they're gonna want to bite the bullet or not, we'll find out.
There's no reason to keep him.
Pellegrini
I
as
see
well.
zero reason to
That
keep.
dude, that's 20
keep
million
him.
down the drain between the two of them.
We're
Like 20
already in the
million,
hole.
21
What the
million.
fuck? Like whatever. Like
We'll see. We'll see. But that's not our money to play with. You know what I mean?
yeah,
With EYing, it's like we know they're gonna say no because that's an obvious no. You
yeah.
know, but and they
But
don't lose anything there.
I think we can keep Carranza, right? I think we can
No,
keep.
Carranza's
Oh no no.
Carranza
Who you mentioned?
got
Yeah,
loan. Got
yeah.
loan with a no.
Pellegrini,
Pellegrini's
Pellegrini.
his Estudiantes loan is up. He can't come back now unless we want him to take that empty DP slot. That might even happen. You
Yeah.
might even see him included now. They might not want to spend, and they might, bring in Pellegrini, which would be a good winger, honestly. I maybe you already have
Wasn't
him
that the
on your
problem that
books.
he didn't want to play winger? Wasn't that the problem?
I don't know. He's playing winger in Estudiantes.
Okay.
He plays better as a 10, but hey, we can play him as a 10.
Yeah, but as long as we get rid of Higuain, then we can go from there. I don't think we
Hey,
need.
we haven't explored that avenue. Bringing Pellegrini in, damn, that'd be pretty dope. I'd say.
I think that ship's probably sailed. Him and Carranza, those ships have sailed pretty much.
No, well, he's still under contract, and Pellegrini hasn't talked publicly bad because he's still
No.
under contract.
I
He
think
knows.
because I think he understands the
Carranza's
situation.
Carranza's talked a little, not publicly bad, but he said he's preferred Philly and all that. And they're gonna buy him out.
But
That's for sure.
that's probably mostly because of Higuain. Because remember, Higuain took they play the same position.
Yeah, no.
They're both
Well,
nice.
Carranza played in the Inter Miami of the past. He didn't play in this Inter Miami. This
Yeah.
Inter Miami looks fun, and getting into where we are in the third of the season. Let's bring that all together here. The Inter Miami looks like a fun team to be around.
Now, yes.
They posted something on Twitter. Damian Lowe did, and Armin Mabika about La Familia. They all look together in the locker room. Yedlin looks like the hype man of the locker room, bro. I
Yeah.
love Yedlin. And they look together. Even Higuain's in the back smiling. He's got to be a part of it. Like the team likes being together. Neville talks about it, and this is the type of team we wanted to see. I like to see a team that likes to be together, that likes each other's company, that play hard for each other. So, the way they look to me, we got the standings. Where are we? 7th in the standings.
We're currently at 7.
Go over that?
I'll go through the settings real quick. You got Philly, you got New York City, Philly, and Montreal at the top, and then we're at 7th at the playoff line. We're in the last place. If the playoffs started right now, we'd be in. We are a point below Cincinnati. That's the East. That's the Eastern Conference. We also have Chicago bringing up the rear.
The teams under us are only like what 2 points away, right? So there's
the
gonna be
points
some
are really
implications
close right now. Like for example,
Yeah, we'll talk about those teams, but keep that up because we'll talk about the MLS implications. We have New England right below us.
Yeah,
and they
so
play 2
right
games.
below
I
us,
believe. They have a game in hand.
right
They have
below
a
us,
game
we
in
got
hand.
we got Charlotte with 16 points, Columbus with 16, Atlanta with 16, New England with 16, and then Toronto, DC, and then Chicago.
So it's kind of winner you're out.
Between us at Chicago has 11, we have 18. So everything's still pretty close right now. New York's at 26. So we win a game. We win a game. Cincinnati drops points. We go up a couple spaces, and we're hovering around 4th or 5th.
Cool. And we can definitely talk more about that on the episode when we come back. But we'll have some. We'll follow it actually through the break as well, because there's gonna be New England playing.
There's a couple games in the break, yeah.
Yeah, that could shake it up. So we'll talk about those.
Then real quick in the Western Conference, LAFC at top. We got FC Dallas at 2nd, Salt Lake at 3rd. At the bottom, we got Sporting KC with 13 points, San Jose with 14 and Vancouver with 14 as well. But with actually not the goal difference isn't even that good either. But fucking this is the thing about San Jose. Even when they lose, they score a shit ton of goals. They have 25 goals
They're a fun team
for.
to watch when they're
They're,
playing. I always
even when
tune
they're
in.
losing, you're gonna get goals
Yeah,
because they're second to last in their
they'll be
in
down
the West.
2-0, and I can't count them out.
Yeah,
Abobasi's up in the leaders of goals. Kind of, I think 8 goals now, 7 goals.
yeah, and they have that's another thing. They have the top goal scorer right now, and they're 13th in the West, and they have the top goal scorer with like 9 goals. Campana, by
No,
the way,
I think he's second or third. I'm not sure if he's first. Is he?
I
Abobasi's
know
first?
I know he's not third because
I think
Campana
Jesus
is tied for
Ferreira.
third.
Ferreira.
Oh yeah, you're
From
right.
Dallas. Yeah.
Campana right now is tied for third right now. He has seven
With
goals,
seven. Yeah.
which is wild.
We're following that too. So a third into the season, it's looking good. We got somebody top 3 in goals, for the Golden Boot. Uh, we're in the playoff standings. If you would have told us this after the 5th game, where we had lost 4 and drew 1, I would have told you there's no way. And for that, I give Phil Neville credit. I give the boys credit. They've been playing their asses off, and I'm really excited to see how the rest of the season goes. Do I think they can make the playoffs? If they're not an Open Cup anymore. They can focus on this. They can focus on the season. They got players that are hungry for the World Cup, like Leo Campana, DeAndre Yedlin. They got players that are hungry. Why not make a run? Why not try to get
Yeah.
up in the standings and get good playoff position? Aim for that. Forget aiming for the playoffs. Going for that top 4. Like you said, stuff's kind of close. Aim for getting the moment we get on top of Orlando in the standings. Oh my God, that's gonna be
Keep
an
in mind,
amazing day.
we play Orlando soon after the break.
July 9th. July 9th,
Yeah,
yeah.
so it's not that far off after the break. Let's see. Real quick, we have
I have that
Atlanta.
circled on the calendar, just like the Inter Miami's players
Yeah,
did.
so we have Atlanta on the 19th. We have Minnesota at home on the 25th, and we're away at Dallas on the 4th of July. A few on
Well,
the
that's
9th.
awesome.
Yeah, we're in Dallas on 4th of July. So 3 games, and we play Orlando in Orlando, and then I believe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So, but 10 games later in September, they come here and we play them again in September 4th.
Okay,
So we still have to play them 2 more times this season.
yeah, well, hopefully we get 2 wins there. Kind of wash away the sins of the Open Cup.
So I'm looking at the schedule and I completely forgot. I'm like, wait, Barcelona. Oh, wait.
Yeah, Barcelona.
Just sandwich.
You thought somebody hacked Google. You thought
you
somebody
see
made a big ass mistake.
I'm looking at Philadelphia, Cincinnati, Barcelona. What the fuck?
Barcelona, yeah.
That's
If you
just
forgot,
so
they were
random.
so random in there too. And we're trying to make an MLS run with that game. He wants the players to play. Learn how to fucking rotate, Neville, if you're gonna want to do that.
Yeah,
But
for
we'll
real.
see.
Yeah.
And then, dude, I swear to God, if he rotates heavy for that, and then he did it for the Open Cup, I'm gonna be so pissed. I'm gonna be so fucking pissed.
I don't care if it's a friendly. If we can say we beat Barcelona, like
I want to beat them too, and I think we'll play our starters. I just don't think they'll play for very long.
I just want to beat them for the
Do you
banter.
get unlimited subs in a friendly?
I mean, it's a friendly. They can make up whatever rules they want.
Hopefully they can.
I assume they'll just follow basic FIFA rules and do 5.
Okay,
But that's my assumption.
All right, we'll find out what happens, and we'll talk about that later on. So, let's get into the Inter Miami call-ups. Let's first of all, before we even get into the players that got called up, let's talk about the honor of this. This is something we've been waiting for since our inaugural season. We're a weird team. This feels like our inaugural year to me.
Yeah, it
Due
does.
to the limitations we saw in, COVID for the 2020. I shouldn't have said that because of the YouTube algorithm. I think
It's
know,
fine.
whatever.
We're like 40 minutes in.
Yeah, they actually scan the video when I'm uploading it.
Yeah.
For stuff like that. But whatever. For the pandemic, we didn't have players called up playing international duties. All the tournaments were canceled. We didn't play Open Cup. The second year, we were playing like regionalized games. This is our first time like traveling to away. Well, we had the LAFC travel day and the DC United one. But after that, we didn't have much. And these last 2 years were nice. I'm grateful we were able to have them. Judging with everything going on in the world, it was really nice to at least have the MLS's back tournament for them to finish out that MLS season, make that tournament playoff play-in game. Last year we had a little run and it was fun, but this is our first time having an Open Cup round. And we talked to you guys about how important that is to me and Akeem, and how cool it was to have that. And this is our first time getting a lot of call ups, and I'm really happy to see the number of players called up. It's been a little bit of work on our end trying to follow them, and it's gonna be a little work following them, but it's gonna be fun. Um, Following our players playing abroad, playing for their clubs, because when you when you think about being a soccer player, I don't know about you, Akeem, but when I play a FIFA or something and I create a player, it's really fun getting called up by the U.S. and
I
like
used to do that
you
all the
know,
time.
yeah, and it's always for club and for country. And for me, my club is Inter Miami. I support them with Vice City 1896. I'm Cuban. I don't really have the luxury of supporting a Cuban team because I was exiled. My family went through a lot in that country, and we came to the U.S. My family came to the U.S. I was born here, and I'm grateful to the U.S. And even seeing like Gaga Slonina, his words on Twitter made me cry because I get him. Like culturally, I'm Cuban. Like my family here is Cuban, but like I owe a lot to this country. And this country's helped me get the education I have and helped me get everything I have and build the life I want. And Cuba's a place that stripped my family of everything. And if I stayed there, it'd be different, and it's weird. They don't even have club soccer in Cuba.
Yeah,
Cuba actually politically, something funny, they should have a better soccer team and better resources. Look at our baseball and our boxing. It's great. You know what the thing
yeah,
is the Fidel really liked baseball and boxing and he didn't really care for soccer. But I'll tell you what, when I went to Cuba, everybody loves soccer.
mm-hmm.
Soccer is like the number one sport being played on the streets. My cousin is a big Inter Milan fan. He's from Cuba. When I went over there, I brought baseball gloves, baseball bats, but we played soccer the whole time.
That's
So
crazy.
it's insane, dude, and it's crazy to me that the country doesn't invest more in soccer. They don't really believe in it. Like I told you, they believe more in baseball and boxing, and
Yeah, I
it's a
see that.
shame. It's a definite shame. But we did get a player called up by Cuba. That's pretty cool. We'll get
That's
into that
really
as
good.
well.
Yeah,
And it's an honor to see that for me as a Cuban American. We have an American as well that covers all our bases. I was thinking about you, Akeem. I was like, man, there's no one from Trinidad yet. And today we got the news, right? The new
yeah,
and we were getting pelleted with news of people getting called up all over the place, right?
yeah. We were
So
getting a lot of notifications and stuff like that. Not only today, but yesterday too. There was the
yeah.
past 3 days we've been getting like call up after call up after call up after call up, day after day after day.
So we got you covered too. We got a Trini in. We got Jovan Jones.
Mm-hmm.
I was kind of waiting for that one. We had Nation League. I was
I
expecting Jovan
figured,
Jones
I
to get a
figured
bit.
he would get called up. Yeah,
Yeah, I figured he would too, and I'm surprised he doesn't get more playing time for Inter. Maybe there's something we're not seeing, but I hope to see him play a little bit more for
he's
Inter
been
too.
getting a bit of playing. I believe he played a game or two with the reserve team.
Yeah, and he played in the Open Cup, I believe, as well,
Yes, he
and
did.
some other games. Um, but I'm proud of you for that. I'm happy for you. I know Ganes is also Trinidadian. I grew up with a lot of friends from Trinidad. My dad always made the joke because my dad's from a town named Trinidad, Cuba. So when we met
Yeah.
trainees, he'd always be like, "I'm from Trinidad too."
Nice.
And it's Tony Montana accent, I am from Trinidad, and I love Trini culture as well. So it's awesome that we got him called up. So yeah, what's your reaction to everybody getting called up? It's been really cool for me. What about for you?
It's been really good. I have a partial list. I don't think I have. I think you have like the full list, but the list that I have here, as of it was early today on MLS. We got Edison Escona got called up to the Dominican Republic.
Wait, I got you. I got you. I'll go through
Okay,
it.
yeah, go through
But
it. Yeah,
what
you
do
have
you
the
what,
list.
what do you think about it? Any thoughts
Um,
about it?
I think it's really good. Like how you mentioned before, we haven't really had time to have a lot of call ups because we've been kind of getting the team together and all the sanctions and all that shit. So now that we actually have a solid like base, and especially now that this is a World Cup year, we're gonna have a lot of call ups, and it's gonna be very interesting to see our players play elsewhere and play in different systems and stuff like that.
Yeah. I think in the past the only one we really had was like Pizarro. We had a lot of
Yeah,
Pizarro
that
getting
was that.
called
That
up.
was pretty much it. He was our only call up normally.
Yeah, and he would be playing against the U.S. in some of those games. So I was kind of cheering
Yeah,
against him. That was weird. That was weird. That was back in the Nations League times too. I think that cup that was really cool. But yeah, I got the list of players here. So I got them in kind of chronological order, I believe. Not really.
yeah. I saw
Um,
they had it on the app. Yeah.
but Leo actually no, I do not have it in chronological order. My
Okay.
bad. We have Leo Campana though. He got called up to Ecuador. That was announced during the game. Actually, that was really cool.
That was
That
yeah.
was announced during the Portland game. And his coach was in the stands and stuff. And he's gonna play at Drive Pink Stadium the last game. And his
Yes.
training camp was in New Jersey. Like by the next day after the Portland game, he was already in New Jersey training with Ecuador. And he's been posting a lot about it. He doesn't post a lot. He's been posting a lot about being in Ecuador. I You could tell, man. He's really happy, and I'm happy
Yeah,
for him.
I'm happy for him. Yeah, he because they actually released an interview with him and Kayla Kyle
I need to
today.
watch it. Did you watch it?
I watched it, yeah,
I haven't seen
and
it yet.
it was really good. And she asked about just spoil a little bit. She asked about
It's fine.
getting that call up, and he was like, yeah, it's very important.
It's not
He
like a Marvel movie.
Yeah, and he was saying how it was important, and the coach even told him before he even before he even came to Miami. His coach was like, "You need to find a team that will play you," because where he was playing at Wolves, every team when he played in Wolves, they weren't playing him. When he went to, I believe, Sweden, he got injured. When he went to Portugal, he got injured. So he wasn't getting any play time. So now he finally found a team that can use his skills and can show off to all of Ecuador what he can do and how he can play and how good he is. And I always feel it because he doesn't look it, but he's only 21 years old.
Yeah, he looks
He's
older.
only
He's
21.
big, strong. Yeah.
He's tall and he looks like he's in his he looks like he's my
He looks
age.
like he's 28. He looks like he's
Yeah,
28.
he
Yeah.
looks old as shit, but he's only 21.
He's got the
And
beard.
yeah, so he has a bright future ahead. Him and I think Bryce Duke are about the same age.
Yeah, Bryce Duke
Yeah,
is
yeah,
actually not that young.
they're
He's
the
not as
same
young as he
age.
looks. He's not as young
Yeah,
as he looks. On the other end of it, Bryce Duke look younger. But yeah, Campana's trying to get into that World Cup team, and like his coach told me, he's got to get playing time. Funny enough, I believe he started off injured for us, but then he scored
yeah,
against Austin, and he kind of came ripping through, especially against that New England, I think it was, where he got the hat trick with the winning goal.
yeah.
So I'm happy. I'm happy for him, bro. I want to see him go to the World Cup. I want to see Inter Miami players in the World Cup. At this point, I believe it would be him and Yedlin.
Need more. I
Yeah,
need
it
to get
would
an
be.
Ecuador jersey now.
It would be him or Yedlin. Ecuador jersey, a Campana jersey. Maybe, bro. I'm definitely getting a
I'm have
Yedlin
to do
jersey.
that.
I'm definitely
Yeah.
gonna do an Inter Miami Yedlin and a USA Yedlin. That's for
Mhm.
sure. But yeah, we'll be monitoring him. We'll get into his games in a little bit here. Those are gonna be hard to watch, so we might get into bootleg streams. We'll talk
Yeah,
about that
they're
soon.
playing like random ass like fucking Caribbean islands like Cape Verde and shit.
But the game they're also playing Uruguay. No, we'll get into it. Actually, let's talk about it. He's gonna be playing 3 friendlies. He's gonna play Nigeria, which is a good game in Red Bull Arena tomorrow, Thursday, June 2nd at 8:30 p.m. The team says to follow the Twitter of Ecuador for the games. Maybe there'll be a Twitter stream or something. I need to get into there and see. Ecuador's like a really hard one. But what I would recommend is like one of these websites like Roja Directa or He's Goal. These pirate streams, these bootleg streams, they should be televising it in Ecuador somewhere. And if they're televising it over there, maybe there's gonna be some stream we go watch it on. You plan on watching that one tomorrow, Akeem, at 8:30?
Possibly. I'm gonna look on while you go over the teams or the games. Now I'm gonna look at their Twitter to see if I can find any info.
Yeah, see if you can find any info. And if not, go on. Do you know any bootleg sites? Go on one and see if they got the schedule for tomorrow. And if they got it scheduled, if they do, then it'll probably be there.
I'm pretty sure we can
So
ask Wilson.
go on He's Goal. Go on He's Goal.
Okay.
Look up HES Goal. It should pop up there too. After you look at the Twitter. So Nigeria tomorrow against Red Bull. That at the Red Bull Arena. That's gonna be a cool one. It's here in the States, so you didn't have to travel much. I know Neville talked about that too. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
then they're gonna play against Mexico at Soldier Field. That's pretty cool in Chicago.
That's
That one's
that'll be
actually
interesting. That'll be really
that
good.
one's see they're not all throwaway games, right? See Nigeria and Mexico. These are two good games, and Mexico is gonna be in Univision and Football TV if you have that. Football TV, the app. I actually got to log in today for that, so I can watch these games because Univision is kind of tough to stream. Um, you could always watch them on the bootleg streams, like we mentioned earlier. I don't like the bootleg streams so much; they're kind of grainy. So I have a login for pretty much everything now at this point. I'll definitely be watching that game against Mexico on Sunday, June 5th, 7:30 p.m. That's gonna be a good one. Ecuador versus Mexico, and then the last one's gonna be Ecuador versus Cape Verde. That one's gonna be a drive pink. We looked up tickets, $50. That's a no for me. What about you?
That's a hard no for against playing Cape Verde. I'm good.
Yeah, I'm chill. I'm gonna try to find a bootleg stream on that. And they don't really have any info on that other than the thing, the Twitter thing. The next player called up is Damian Lowe. So we got Damian Lowe called up to Jamaica. Before he got called up, actually at the Prime Blue game, I don't know if I shared it with everybody. I did ask him that. I asked him, "Hey, you getting called up for Nations League?" He's like, "Yeah, for sure." So I kind of got a little inside scoop there. I think I forgot to share it with you guys. My bad.
Nah,
But
it's all good.
that was cool. That was cool though. And yeah, he ended up getting called up. Jamaica's gonna be playing in the Nations League, and they're gonna be playing a friendly against Uruguay. So let's get into it. They're gonna start off at Suriname. That one's gonna be this Saturday at 7 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, and as you guys have seen, like we're stacked. Like we already got Thursday booked for me, Sunday's booked for me. I'm definitely watching that Nigeria, that Mexico game of Ecuador. This is gonna be a really fun break. Like even though Inter Miami's off, I actually have more shit to watch.
Yeah, there's gonna
With
be a
it, with
lot of
Inter Miami
games.
playing, it's different when you got to go to a home game. like this is comfy from home, and I am a teacher, so I get it. These next few weeks are really chill as the year's ending, so it's gonna be nice to watch all these games. So at Suriname Saturday, and then Tuesday at 9 p.m. is versus Suriname at home for Jamaica. Both of those are gonna be on 2DN on TV. That's the Univision variant, I believe,
Mm-hmm.
where they play sports.
Yeah.
Uh, and also on Paramount Plus, I believe. So you can get those on Paramount Plus. I got to log in for that one as well. Don't ask me for it. I'm just kidding.
It's gonna
Anybody
be in the
following the podcast is gonna be sliding my DMs like, "Yo, let me get those logins." I'm
yeah
like,
for
I don't know
real.
about that. I don't know about that.
I don't see
Uh,
anything on Ecuador's Twitter as of right now.
yeah, we'll update you guys on. We're gonna be updating you guys on the Twitter as well. I'll
Mm-hmm.
remind you guys tomorrow that we
Yeah,
got the whatever game's going on. We'll
yeah.
we'll update it periodically.
Make sure to follow Twitter. We'll retweet any announcements of any more games or when the games go live. We'll retweet it and make sure that everybody sees it on our Twitter.
Yeah, or we'll let you know the morning of,
Yeah.
who's gonna play, what time they're gonna play. We did comment on Yedlin's omission today. I don't think he got in as well, so it's good to see
No,
Yedlin get some rest.
but yeah, he
We'll,
needs the rest, so it's all good.
and we'll probably see him in the next game. We'll talk about the next game here. We'll hopefully see him there. It's another friendly. Um, so we got Jamaica. They got their two Nations League games, Saturday and Tuesday. Then they play on Saturday again against Uruguay. It's gonna be a friendly. This one's gonna be on Paramount Plus for sure. And I got confirmation of that through Inter Miami's app. That was a good one.
Yeah.
So that one's gonna be on Paramount Plus at Uruguay, in Montevideo. That's gonna be a really cool game to watch. Jamaica go over there and play them. Um, Uruguay's gonna be playing the USA too. I believe they're playing Mexico as well. I
Mm-hmm.
think they're playing them like tomorrow or something like that. So that's another cool game to look at. There's also a lot of other games going on, guys. So we're stacked with games. It's awesome. I watched
Yeah. If you
earlier
wanna,
today. Oh God, today was a great day for soccer. I watched Poland versus Wales. I wanted to see that because I wanted to see how Wales looked. Um, coming up, we might see them because they play the winner of Scotland Ukraine, which was today, and
mm-hmm.
Ukraine won 3-0. That was a really cool game.
I believe it
That
was
was a
three
really
one.
fun game for you. 3-1. Okay,
Yeah.
maybe 3-1. But yeah, probably 3-1. Sorry. Um, the game that was 3-0, my bad, was Italy Uruguay.
Mm.
I mean Italy Argentina. Oh my God, talking all that Uruguay got me confused. Italy Argentina. Argentina looked good, man. Messi looked really good.
Yeah, they
That was a
get.
fun game to
I gotta
watch.
catch those highlights.
That was the finalissima, which is that's the European champion versus the South American champion, Copa
Mm.
America champion. And
Got it.
Argentina hasn't been there in a while because they hadn't won Copa America. So they went up against Italy, which Italy we know is out of the World Cup, struggling lately, but did win the Euros. And I thought Italy should have looked better. Um,
Them jerseys should look
something's in the
better
water.
too. Them jerseys are
Something's in the
trash.
water.
Them jerseys are
Hey, but
trash.
yeah, those Puma jerseys were trash. All credit to Argentina though. They look fire. They look fire, bro. They played really good. Goals from Angel Di Maria, Dybala. I forget who else got a goal. So, and the USA game ended. So we got those three goals that we mentioned earlier. Those
Nice.
are three: the Haji Wright penalty, the Aronson, and the Wea goal.
Nice. Good
Um,
job.
yeah. So good job, boys. We got the USA winning there. Barra 76,
Let's
repping baby.
go.
I believe they were there. Some members. So then Jamaica actually plays against Mexico. Is
That'll
that
be a good
Nations
game.
League? Is that Nations League? I think it's Nations League. Am I tripping? Or
That
is that a
would be a good
friendly?
game though. Mexico, Jamaica. I mean,
I think
I
that's
would expect
no.
Mexico
It
to
is
win
a
that.
game. It is a game that's going on. Uh, but I don't remember if it was Nations League or not. I don't think it was. Yes, Nations League. It is.
Oh wow. Okay.
It's
Even
all right.
better.
Yes, yeah, even better. So it's Nations League, and that's gonna be on Tuesday, June 14th at 8 p.m. Another great game to watch. Paramount Plus is probably where you're gonna get it, and if it's Mexico, it's on Univision. Like
Okay.
that's like kind of a given. How do you feel about that games on Univision? Do you turn on the sub button when you used to have cable and hear it in English, or do you like hearing it in Spanish?
I'll
I
watch
prefer
it sometimes in
Spanish.
Spanish, but I don't have cable anymore, so I don't really watch games as much.
Yeah, it's funny because they're in Spanish and I feel like they're broadcast better. Definitely
It
the goals
depends
are called better.
because sometimes to the end it has they. I don't know why they do this. They make the Spanish commentators commentate in English. I don't know
Yeah,
why they do that sometimes, and it sounds awkward as fuck.
it's weird. Another one for me is when I watch Mexico versus USA, they're super biased for Mexico, so I'll listen to the USA
I
broadcast on
expect
those.
that. That I
Yeah,
expect.
yeah, for sure. Um, so who's next? Who's next on our list? We got the first two off the list, which is Leo for Ecuador, Damien for Jamaica, and then we got Robert Taylor, Finland. He's playing in all four games. These are UEFA Nations League games, and
Okay.
they're all gonna be on Fox Sports or Fubo. Um, so the first one's against Bosnia Herzegovina. Bosnia and Herzegovina, I believe is how
Mm.
you pronounce it.
Yep, you got it.
I just call them Bosnia. They're gonna
Yeah,
play
most people
Saturday,
just say
June.
about. This is like most people
So
just say Trinidad.
yeah, this yeah, exactly. Instead of saying Trinidad and Tobago.
Yeah.
But yeah, they play against Bosnia Saturday, June 4th. This is a noon game on FS2. I'm definitely gonna catch that game. That's gonna
Yeah,
be
it's
an
gonna be
awesome
an
watch.
earlier
That
game because it's in Europe. Yeah.
yeah, wake up, eat some cereal, wake up late after sleeping in and watch
Yup.
that. Get to watch Robert Taylor, hopefully. So that'll be dope.
That'll be
Robert
good.
Taylor called up to Finland. He's got Montenegro. Montenegro is also on FS2. These are going to be both home games for them, and that one's going to be Tuesday, June 7th at noon. I'll probably watch that at school with the students, honestly, these last few days. That's going to
Yeah.
give me
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah,
maybe for
because
them. Yeah, I
yeah,
watched Poland Wales with them today. It was really fun.
nice.
They enjoyed it. We got at Romania at Fubo TV on Fubo TV. This one's gonna be Saturday, June 11th, 2:45 p.m. and at Bosnia Tuesday, June 14th, again on Fubo, 2:45 p.m. So, fact, we hopefully get to see Robert Taylor play there and represent Finland. I don't think they qualified for the World Cup. Did they? Maybe
I
I'm
don't
wrong.
believe so, but I can double check.
I had next Edison Ascona for the Dominican Republic. He did get called up, but I actually learned through the Inter app that he's not going to play
He's
due to
hurt, I
injury.
believe, right?
Yeah, due to injury, so he's not playing.
Mm.
Um, Next one I got on our list is DeAndre Yedlin. We talked about him tonight. He didn't play tonight. So let's get right into the U.S. men's national team. They're going to start off with two friendlies. The first one was tonight against Morocco. Good game, 3-0. I'm really impressed with them. They look good against some good competition. We've kind of touched on that game along the podcast, so I don't feel like we need to talk too much about it. Any final thoughts on it?
It was a good. The first couple goals I saw, I didn't see the third goal because it was while we were recording. Of
Oh, it was
course,
a penalty. It was a
the
penalty.
penalty. Okay.
But they crowded the box. They crowded the box. They look good. Pulisic kind of like he got contact in the box. So
Okay. The first goal was fantastic. Good touch by Pulisic, and a good finish off by Aronson. And the second goal
Spider-Man.
was, yeah, and second goal with Tim Weah. He just pulled up 19 yards of the box, just blasted it, and it went in.
Three-pointer.
Another
Three-pointer.
great goal, but very simple. Like they gave him space. He said, "Fuck it, I'm shooting," and he shot it.
And one thing I'd talk to you about is I want to see Aronson and Weah. Those are names I want to see on the score sheet. Pulisic is another game I want to see on the score sheet. Those are names I could rely on right there, and those are names that are getting warm right now. These are the last four games I believe before the World Cup. I don't know if there's any more. Let me search that real quick. But while I search that, let me tell you guys about the next game. It's going to be against Uruguay. Uruguay is expected to rest because I believe they played Mexico.
Yeah,
I'll
so that's
confirm
what
that with us
that's
as
a
well.
rest game, definitely.
Tonight's game was in TQL and Cincy. That's one thing. Oh, that's another thing I wanted to talk about with you is they keep picking the same fucking stadiums. They're all in the Midwest, and
Yeah,
there's no,
they do
there's
that.
no.
Yeah, it's always Columbus or Chicago or
It better not be like that in
Cincinnati.
2026. In 2026, they
No,
better at least
no
like
way.
hit a few corners and get at least get Atlanta because Atlanta's easy one that we can make it to. I'll try to travel and make it to every game in 2026.
I
But
think they'll do all the big stadiums. Like they're definitely doing Soldier Field. They're gonna do Soldier Field. They're gonna do Atlanta because they can fit like 75K in there. They'll probably do They might do a game in Nashville's new stadium because that can hold. That's the biggest stadium.
Geodis, they're not going to Geodis.
I mean,
I'm
that's
so,
the biggest soccer specific
here-
stadium in the country.
I'm sorry,
Soccer
it's a
specific.
shithole. In my
not saying it's
opinion,
not
it's a
shithole.
shit. No, I know you're not, but I don't think they're gonna bring the. World
I'm thinking
Cup there.
logistically, right? That's the biggest soccer specific stadium we have.
Nashville,
That could
no,
be
but
that,
Nashville's not even gonna get selected. I'll tell you right now, they're not gonna get selected as a
Yeah.
World Cup city. I don't think they will.
yeah,
I
true.
don't-
Yeah, I think more of the city. There's gonna be a couple games
Nashville's
in
awesome.
LA.
Don't get me wrong. I
Yeah.
love Nashville as a city. I think it's a really cool city. I don't think it gets selected as a World Cup city. And the U.S. they're based out of Chicago. They're gonna see the U.S. You're gonna see them playing Soldier Field. How much I agree with that, I don't really agree with too much. But that'll be like kind of your like northeast-ish game. It's like not too
Yeah, they're
northeast,
gonna do
but
there. I doubt
I
they
hope
might
they'll
do a
do
game in New
Atlanta.
York. They might
They
do a
better
game in
do
New York.
Atlanta.
They
No,
have
I
to
don't
do
think
the
they'll.
Atlanta.
I don't think they'll do New York. I think it's in New York.
And
They do
it's New
Chicago.
York. It's New
They'll
York.
do Atlanta. It's New York, but they won't. I think the other one they'll do is LA. I think they'll do the new one, the Rams one.
Yes, they'll
Which I,
do
I,
SoFi.
believe, I believe I believe SoFi has an issue though. We got to look into that. SoFi has some issue, so we'll look into that soon.
So we'll do there's probably here's the thing. If they do a game down here, it'll probably be at the Hard Rock. It's not gonna be
No,
at
yeah, but they're not gonna
Universal.
bring the USA here, because anybody you
No.
bring against the USA here, they're gonna have more fans.
No, it will no. They will not do it. It'll have to be a South American team.
Yeah. They're gonna bring South
But
American teams
they'll
over
probably
here.
they'll probably do the Hard Rock. They're not gonna do any other. What other stadium are you gonna do? because the Hard Rock is also a 70,000 seater.
So actually, we get a day's rest on Uruguay. Uruguay plays tomorrow at 10.
Oh, okay.
At, I believe at Mexico too. Let me check. It should be logistically. No, they play in Arizona actually. Funny enough.
Against Mexico?
Yeah, they're playing at University of Phoenix Stadium.
It's a
Mexico
friendly,
and
right?
Uruguay. It's a friendly.
Oh,
So
yeah.
they play tomorrow at 10 p.m. and then Uruguay comes over to play us Sunday at 5 at Sporting Kansas City Stadium at Children's Mercy Park. That one's gonna be on Fox or Fubo TV. So you can stream that or you can get the illegal stream, whatever you guys can get access to. But these are definitely good games to catch up on. I'm gonna be watching for Yedlin maybe in this one against Uruguay. They might play him here, and get some of the other guys some rest. We'll see. Um, or we might see Yedlin here at the Nations League game against Granada. That one's going to be at the Q2 Stadium in Austin. I know for sure there's Battle 76 heads headed out there. And I know they were selling some tickets in the chat. I wish I could make it. Friday,
There's a lot
June.
of bottles out there in
I'm actually
Austin.
off. I'm probably off that day too. But I don't know if financially I could do it right now. That'd be really fun though. Friday, June 10th. If not, I'm going to tune in on ESPN Plus. Us also on Fubo, which is funny. Um,
Interesting.
and I believe maybe on Paramount since it's Nations League. But ESPN Plus for
True.
sure. But ESPN Plus is for sure and Fubo TV is for sure. That was the 10 p.m. one on Friday. That's gonna be a cool one to watch on a Friday night against Granada. Hopefully wrap that up, get 3 points there for Nations League, and then at El Salvador. That's our last game before the World Cup at El Salvador. I do expect to see our strongest lineup there. Hopefully, maybe we see Edlin there, maybe we don't. Hopefully not, so we can get some rest because he does play 5 days after that.
Mm.
Against Atlanta, and we're gonna need him. And that El Salvador is gonna be on Fox, FS1, and Fubo, and that one's gonna be Tuesday, June 14th at 10 p.m. Last game before the World Cup. Big game there. Any thoughts on USA and Yedlin getting called up? I know
Um,
you're a big USA Battle 76 fan too, so I know I'm really proud of having Yedlin represent the US. Hopefully in the World Cup, I think he'll get the
yeah,
call up for the World Cup as
Yellen
well.
definitely deserves it. He balls out for us constantly. He definitely deserves it, and he needs a rest right now.
And the position's thin. The position's thin right now
Yeah,
with
true.
Dest
We need more
injured.
right backs. Yeah. Um.
Yeah, he might be
Uh.
the third right back on
Mm-hmm.
the roster there.
Yeah, it's good teams to face before our World Cup. It just sucks having such a long gap between playing our pre-World Cup games and then actually going to the World Cup because the shit doesn't start till like November. So there's like
Yeah, it's a big gap.
it's a good like 3-4 month gap before we actually like get into the
Five
World Cup.
months.
Five months.
Five
Yeah,
months.
you're right. Yeah. So it is kind of awkward because it's in Qatar. Whatever, that's what money does. But yeah,
Yeah, I don't agree with it either.
these are good test games. Because you don't have to go all out. You don't have to fucking play
Yeah.
Mexico and fucking England and shit. Like, get
You're
some
playing
time.
Uruguay. You're playing Uruguay, which is a team that qualified for the World Cup. Morocco's another team that
Yeah,
qualified for the World Cup. At El Salvador, at El Salvador is good competition. You know, you gotta throw up game there. But you're right, it's 5 months away. Kind of sucks.
yeah, and these are good
But
games to like
but
try out your
that's
formations on and
I
stuff.
believe everybody's in the same boat. As I look around, I don't think there's many people that are getting friendlies before the World Cup. So
Nah, because that's when because around that time, that's when the season's still. That's like halfway through the European season.
this World Cup's so fucked up, bro.
This
We should be talking about a World Cup right now. We should
this
be
World
talking
Cup is
about
gonna be an
friendlies right
absolute
now.
dumpster fire. I'm calling it now. It's gonna be a
Russia
shit
was a
show.
Russia was kind of a dumpster
This
fire.
is gonna. I think this might be worse.
We ended up with the 2026 one because of some other dumpster fire. I forget where they were trying to do 2026, but it exploded in their face.
I mean, we have the
Because
strongest bid, so
it was just corrupt. It was just corruption after corruption after corruption, including Brazil too. They hosted like the Olympics and the World Cup, and their infrastructure was shit too.
they got fleeced. They got shafted.
They were. I don't believe it was Brazil that was supposed to host that Copa America, and it was such a shit show that the U.S. hosted it, the
Mm-hmm.
Centenario. And
Mm-hmm.
we at that moment is when they realized the World Cup can happen here because they were like, "Fuck!" They had Centenario happen on the turn of a dime.
They
Like
had it
literally,
ready.
like
They had that shit ready.
boom, we do. You want to do it? Let's go. Our
Yep.
stadiums are all open. It was around this time of year
Exactly.
too, where there's a lot of those stadiums are open. I remember it was fun. There was people going to Camping World in Orlando when they had just freshly done the remodel over there. Some Paraguay friends, but on to the next one. We did Yellen Dairon Reyes, the Cuban call up. He's plays for Inter Miami too. We had 3 call ups from Inter Miami too, so we're gonna get
Yes, we
into
did.
those now. Um, Actually, we are gonna get into Jovan Jones too, but let's get into some Inter Miami too. Mix it up a bit. Dairon Reyes got called up by Cuba Nations League. I was wondering if Cuban's games are even televised. As a Cuban, those are hard for me to even find, but they're all gonna be on Paramount Plus. So you can watch all of these on Paramount Plus. At Guadalupe on Thursday, June 2nd, which is tomorrow, 8 p.m. I'll be watching, seeing if Dairong plays. Really interesting. This, you know, what's interesting about this, Akeem, too, is you used to not be able to be. Let's say you, okay, if you leave Cuba, you're a defector, right?
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
labeled as a defector, and there's this big thing against it, and you couldn't get called into the national team anymore. Like on their end, that was like a their decision thing.
I didn't know
You
that.
know, it's not even like their fear of them bringing you back because I believe I don't know where these games are going to be played. I think they're going to be playing in Cuba, but at least they're letting them go back and forth. One big fear that players have too is going to Cuba and then not letting them go back because if they
Yeah,
defected illegally, you know, yada yada, or if they try to make an example out of them, it's a scary experience. For I'm sure for
and
Laidong
yeah.
it's kind of crazy, but they're proud to represent their country and he's proud to probably go back home for a little bit.
Hmm.
I know it's probably a weird situation, but this is kind of history in the making here because this is one of the first times I believe that they're doing this, and we have a Cuban player for Fulham. I think I don't know for some team.
Oh,
Not I don't know if it's Fulham. We have a Cuban player playing for somebody in the English Championship or something on their second division or third division, and he scored a screamer of a goal against Man U in the FA Cup, I believe, or the Carabao Cup. If you could look him up. So it's really cool that these players who defect that are going to England from Cuba or playing here in the U.S. Ozzy Alonso kind of paved that path. Ariel Martinez as well. Dido, what's this guy's name? Can't remember his name. Whatever. He played for Miami FC, plays for FC Tulsa now. Really good player. But these
yeah.
Cuban
That
players
was
are coming on.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I remember he played for us.
Dario Suarez.
Yeah.
Suarez. Yeah, Dario Suarez. I was getting his name wrong. But yeah, a lot of Cuban players coming on. So we're going at Guadalupe, Thursday, June 2nd, 8 p.m. on Paramount versus Barbados, Sunday, June 5th, against again on Paramount. This one's gonna be at 4 p.m. Sunday, June 5th. Then at Antigua and Barbuda, that one's gonna be Thursday, June 9th, 7 p.m. And then versus Antigua and Barbuda, Sunday, June 12th at 4 p.m. These are kind of crazy too, Akeem, because these Nation League games are starting off now the group, and they don't end until March 2023. Like they play a few games at the tail end at the end. That's
Yeah, because they
really
have to
well
space them out
separated.
so much. Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. Did you find anything on the Cuban player in England?
No, I did not.
Oh, okay.
I'll
Forget
keep
his
looking
name
though.
now. Yeah, look up Cuban player in England. Cuban soccer player in England. Something like that should pop up. Uh, so after that, Iron Reyes, we covered. That's gonna be exciting for me too. That's the first Cuba call up from an Inter Miami player at all. So I'm gonna be really excited. This is gonna be my first time really watching Cuba as well. I'm
Um,
excited for that.
Onel Hernandez plays in Birmingham City.
There it is. There it is. So he scored a screamer of a goal against Man U. You guys can look at that one up on YouTube. Ornel Hernandez. Ornel.
Or on N ONEL.
Oh, Onel. Okay, okay.
Onel.
Nice.
And then you
Oh no,
also
nice.
have Jorge Corrales plays for LC Tulsa.
Okay, nice. And Dario Suarez should be on there too.
Yeah, he
And
is on here.
Ariel Martinez is playing for what's it? Damn it, this team in Connecticut, Hartford Athletic. He got to deal with them too
He's not
recently.
listed on here though.
Ozzy Alonso was playing for Atlanta United. He got hurt too. That's another Cuban player.
Mm,
We got Dairon Reyes. We got a few other Cuban players. Modesto Mendez. I believe Felipe Valencia might be Cuban. I'm not sure. French might be too.
this
We
is
got a
gonna
lot
be
of
weird.
players there.
I can't wait till what's his name? Harry Neville gets his call up.
Harvey Neville for England.
No, remember, he's not declared for England. He's declared for Ireland.
He's gonna get called up by Ireland then. That's
Yeah,
funny.
he didn't
Why is
declare
he?
for England.
Why?
His
They have
his
Irish
his
citizenship?
his grandmother is Irish, yeah.
Ah,
So he
smart
declared for
boy,
Ireland
smart
instead
lad,
of England. Yeah,
smart lad,
he's smart. He declared for Ireland instead.
smart lad. There. Hey, you know what's funny that I just noticed? We did DeAndre Yedlin, USA, which is like our common ground. Which another reason why I love this country. You know, a Trini and a Cuban kid, like a kid from a Cuban family, a kid from a Trini family, can come
Yep.
together and make something like this. That's really cool. We have the resources for all that, so we share that in the USA. We did Yedlin. I did Didon Reyes, Cuba, and next on my list is actually Jovan Jones, Trinidad.
The
So
boy.
I'll be watching. I'll be watching Cuba. I'll try to watch
Mm.
every game. That's gonna be kind of cool. Are you gonna try to watch every Trini game? I know you were saying that you don't really know much of the players now, but maybe this is an excuse to watch them since I didn't
Of
see many
course.
players there.
So
Yeah.
the Federation right now is kind of in shambles. We've been doing a rebuild for the past God knows how long. I guess. I guess since the last World Cup, we've been doing a full like rebuild, but the government doesn't really want to invest in the team right now because soccer isn't it's popular, but a lot of
Similar to
Trinidad,
Cuba. Similar
yeah,
to
but
Cuba, they're not
a lot
investing
of
in team here.
Trinidadians they like soccer, but they like to watch all like the European leagues. So
Ah, like Miami, like
yeah.
Miami.
So like supporting like they'll go to support the local like the national team because it's the national team of course, but like nobody's watching the pro league there. Everybody's watching the Prem and the Spanish league and shit like that. And another thing is also soccer comes second to cricket in Trinidad
Yeah,
because
cricket's big. Cricket's big in Trinidad.
our
Huge, right?
because
I forgot about that.
almost half of our population is Indian. We have
Yeah,
a lot of Indians in
yeah.
Trinidad. So a lot of Indians, a lot of Pakistanis, a lot of Guyanese.
There's good curry. There's good. I was gonna ask you a good Trini
Fantastic
plate.
curry.
Yeah, I love curry.
You can't miss with doubles. Just ask for some doubles and you're good. Um, so cricket is actually almost I would argue to say more popular than soccer there because we don't really have the infrastructure like we do with cricket. Because cricket and also with cricket we don't compete as Trinidad. We compete as the West Indies, which is all of the Caribbean. So
Oh,
we
really?
yes,
I didn't
yeah.
know that. That's
There's
interesting.
no yeah because it's an old British sport. It's an old British thing. So
What
we
if
don't.
what if soccer did that?
That
The
would be
West Indies.
weird
That would be.
because we don't because we have to pool our resources with the rest of the Caribbean.
Yeah.
So we can play. We can get players from
Don't
the
ever
Bahamas and
don't ever do
players from
that though.
Jamaica. Yeah.
Oh, you mean for
They,
cricket? Yeah, for cricket.
they
Yeah.
can get players from not just Trinidad, but from other places, and we can share resources in the Caribbean. So it makes it easier because the country's so poor, and because there's only about 1.3 million people in Trinidad, and it's a very, 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 very small island. Being able to share resources with other countries in the area helps us out a lot when it comes to cricket. There's not really that infrastructure when it comes to soccer, so that's a big
And-
problem. When there's not enough money to invest in national soccer, when even though we have all this fucking oil money
Yeah.
that we invest in other things. So that's
Well,
one of the reasons why Trinidad isn't doing so hot right now.
well, one thing in the Caribbean that we do see is a lot of corruption and shit too. You know what I mean? Like there's huge wealth
And not
gap.
even just corruption per se. It's just what do we want to allocate resources to right now? We don't have the infrastructure to get a good academy and youth squad, and we barely have a pro league in Trinidad.
Well,
So
and here's the thing I want to touch on, right? I spoke about Cuba not having teams either, right? Not having a
mhm.
pro league at all over there, and them not putting the resources that they rather put in baseball. You talk about something similar with cricket there as well, and one thing that you held strong on too is that they like soccer over there. They like European soccer. It's the same thing in Cuba. They like European soccer. In the U.S., it kind of it started like that. Prem was huge, right? I remember Prem League when it got on NBC. Soccer started to blow up with that, and so I never got into Premier League or whatever. Um, but soccer's blowing up here, and one thing that's helping it is the MLS. The MLS
Yeah,
is really strong for building these academies, for building the national team up and stuff like that. And Trinidad, hey, even though right now there's a transitional moment for them, they once upon a time spoiled it for the US, didn't they? They
yeah, they did. Yeah, and that's
yeah.
what I say. Around that time, that's when we had to start rebuilding because a lot of our players were old. We had a very like when we went into the World Cup in Germany, we had I think the oldest average age out of everybody. Our players were old. They had a bunch of 30-year-olds in that
And that was a
team,
long time ago. That was
and
oh
that was
06
back
already.
in that was 2006, and we still haven't really fully caught up because we don't have the resources there, and even like I mentioned, some of our players now it's good to see some of our players playing in America, even though they're like playing in USL One and shit and USL Championship. It's good for them to be able to
Oh,
have
you're
those
back.
resources. Huh?
I lost you for a little bit.
Oh, okay. It
Is
was
it still
good
recording?
to yeah, it's still recording. Yeah, I got it here. It's good to have those be able to go to places like America or maybe the championship in England to get those reps and um to be able to get those resources and get playing time. Because not a lot of Trinidadians play like either you're not good enough and you stay in Trinidad, or if you're good enough then you play in like the second division in like Finland or some shit.
Yeah. And Jovan Jones is a good example, and he's getting called up. He played for Seattle in their heyday. I believe he has Open Cups to his name and championships. He's definitely going to be a leader for Trinidad down there, and a player to look out for. I was actually reading, we want to do a lot of Inter Miami history and Miami soccer history. And when I was looking at some of the Miami soccer history, some of our best, like historically good players back in the 70s, I believe, or 80s, were from Trinidad. Like
Yeah.
really, really strong players. So there's a lot of history there. And I'm hoping just like I'm getting into Cuba, you get into Trinidad a little bit for this Nations League. That's gonna be fun. You're gonna get so Akeem's Trinidad and Tobago is gonna have they're gonna be at Nicaragua on Friday, June 3rd, 10 p.m. You know what? We can probably get on Discord and watch that
Yeah,
for some
probably.
of these games too. You know what? Why don't we share some of these things on Discord as well and watch them with people? That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah,
If
we
we
could
get it on
definitely do
the
that later. Yeah.
yeah, we can put that on the thing.
By the way, we have
For
10 players playing in America right now.
okay, in the US?
Yeah, a lot of them in
That's yeah,
the lower
USL.
divisions.
Yeah, yeah. That's
Ford
that's
Madison,
awesome though.
Pittsburgh Riverhounds, Colorado Springs, Charleston
Hey,
Battery.
second, third division in the US is pretty good. It's pretty
Got two
competitive.
players playing for.
A lot of people like to shit on it, but a lot of players come down here
Yeah.
from Europe, try to like, boost up a little bit and there's some good competition. It pays well. That's another thing. It doesn't pay too bad for being lower division soccer. So
Hmm.
definitely nice to see some Trinidadians, some Trinis down over there. You guys, this is gonna be a big game against Bahamas. I
That'll
figure
be
that to
good.
be a little bit of a rivalry.
Not as much. We were more rivals with Haiti and
Jamaica?
Jamaica,
Okay.
but that'll
Okay.
still be a fun game. That should be a good game.
That'd be a cool game. That's gonna be at home for Trinidad. That one's actually gonna be on ESPN two. I was surprised to see that. That's pretty cool.
I might be able to
Monday,
catch that
June
one then.
6th, 8 p.m. Yeah, yeah. ESPN two. It's gonna also be on 2DN and Unimas. I'm excited for that on ESPN two on a Monday night. Pretty cool game to watch there. Then you guys are headed over at St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Jovan Jones is gonna take them on. Hopefully, we see some Jovan Jones a lot of him here. He hasn't been playing for Inter, so should be able to
Mhm.
get time. So at St. Vincent is Friday, June 10th. There's a bit of a gap there. Friday to Monday, Monday to Friday, 3 p.m. June 10th, and the last game was gonna be at home against St. Vincent, Monday, June 13th, 7 p.m. Uh, I don't think I have too many more players to cover here. We have been going a while, so let's wrap this up.
Yes, we have.
Kobe Thomas, Jamaica under 20. They are going to be playing. I got it written down here.
By the way, he plays for our reserve team.
Inter Miami too. Yeah, Inter Miami too. He's actually a pretty cool player. Thomas. I've seen him play a little bit. He's gonna be playing in the CONCACAF U20 Championship, Group D. They're gonna be playing June 18th against Costa Rica's U20, June 20th against Honduras U20, and June 22nd against Antigua's U20. So this is actually after Inter Miami comes back.
Okay.
This is in the future. So we might be able to see some Kobe Thomas playing for Inter Miami 2. Hey, can you pull up those Inter Miami 2 games for everybody? I'll talk about the MLS games that are gonna happen. I believe that's everybody. Oh, and then the last one is Benjamin Kramashi, a midfielder for Inter Miami 2. He got called up to the USA under 19. So we got two of them. We got Jamaica U20, USA U19. They're gonna be playing in Marbella. I don't have television data for any of the U19 or U20 games. Hopefully those pop up. And that one's going to be June 6th and June 9th against England, June 6th, and against Norway, June 9th, 12 p.m. Eastern for both games. And it's our new coach's first camp for the USA U19 game.
Okay.
Nothing announced yet as far as that, but I'll definitely look out for Benjamin there. Kobe, I know we're there. I have this list. We'll be tweeting it out, guys. We're going to be following all our Inter Miami players. A lot of Herons playing. No excuses. There's going to be plenty of Inter being played, even though Inter's not playing, right? A lot of Inter
Mm-hmm.
Miami players playing.
Their
Did you get Inter Miami 2 schedule during the
Yeah, their
break?
next game is against New England Revolution on Saturday at 7 p.m. That's
You
the
can
next
watch those
home.
on MLSnexpro.com, or you can go.
All their games
Free
are
parking and
broadcasted.
$5 tickets, I believe.
Yeah, free parking, $5 tickets. The next home game is against FC Cincinnati 2 on the 19th. That's 8
Okay.
p.m.
Oh, that's
We
the same day as the Atlanta game.
Yeah, yeah, because that's an away game for us. Yeah.
That's an away game. Okay. And that's a home game for us. All right. So just those two games? What was the first one again? I'm sorry.
Well, we have Columbus in between, but that's an away game.
Okay.
We have New England at home on the 9th, Columbus away on the 19th, Cincinnati 2 at home, and then on the 24th, Toronto 2 at York Lions Stadium up in Canada.
Okay, so I'll be following some Inter Miami too. Around the MLS during the break, there's gonna be some games. There's Vancouver versus RSL this Saturday at 7 p.m. I'll probably tune in just to watch some MLS action.
It was on
Gonna
ESPN
be
2. I'll
nice.
watch it, or ESPN Plus. I'll
Yeah,
watch it. Yeah.
it should. Most of those. Hey, actually, you're right. I didn't get the television for them, but most of them should be on ESPN Plus.
Yeah.
Um, they mostly all are. If not, we'll post where that one's gonna be. But we're gonna be. I'll be watching it. It'll be fun. Just to see some MLS action. It has no implications on us since that is the West Coast. But kind of cool to see an isolated MLS game between all these international games.
Oh, we have
It's a good
Charlotte
time
playing
too.
on June 11th. We have Charlotte playing Red Bulls, so that should be
Yes,
interesting
we
for
do. That
us. That should
has
be interesting.
implications. That has implications. They have 14 games played though, Charlotte. So
Hmm.
if they get 3 points, yeah, they climb us, but we have a game in hand against them
Yes,
still.
because we don't
So
play at all for the
that's pretty good.
break because our next game is against
That'll
I
be their
think
15th game.
yeah.
That'll be their 15th game, and that'll be Saturday, June 11th. Ours is gonna be June 19th, and that'll be a Sunday. That's gonna be our
Mm-hmm.
15th game. So
Mm-hmm.
something to note there.
They actually play
Nashville
another
versus
game. They play another game before we even play a game too. So they're
they do. So they're gonna have two
yeah,
games, and
so
we're gonna
they're
have
gonna
two
have
games
two
in hand
games
on
in
them.
hand on us. Yeah.
Hopefully they don't do too well since they just got rid of the coach. We'll see. Uh, Sporting Kansas City. I was gonna say like, what if they get a spark with a new coach, but they weren't playing well with their old coach? It makes no sense.
Who knows?
Uh,
That's the MLS.
Sporting Kansas City. Actually, no, Nashville, San Jose, 6 p.m. Saturday, June 11th as well. No implications on that one, but we'll definitely be watching Charlotte and hoping they don't climb us. Hopefully they lose.
Mm-hmm.
But even if they tie, we'll still keep our position for the time being. Then another one that does have implications is the New England Revs. They actually have a game in hand.
Mm-hmm.
They have 13 games played. Double check that for me. They
Mm-hmm.
have 13 games played, and this is going to be their 14th game against Sporting Kansas City. That's Sunday, June 12th
Which
at
team?
3 p.m. a week before we play them. So they could leapfrog us and have 14 games as well.
Which team is this again?
New England.
New
They have 13
England,
games
right?
played.
At the moment, yes.
Yeah. So they have they have a game in hand. They could leapfrog us. So we're going to be rooting for Sporting Kansas City on Sunday, June 12th at 3 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
Seattle versus Vancouver. That's going to be Tuesday, June 14th, 10:30 p.m. That one's going to be a cool one to watch. It's always fun to watch Seattle play. They play a really pretty brand of football. And to me, they're kind of the pinnacle of the MLS, kind of the bar you want to reach and how to play. And every day we're playing more and more like them. It's no real coincidence since we have Chris Anderson, who helped build Seattle. So that'll be a fun game. But again, no implications for Miami. Tuesday, June 14th. And again, we're talking about these because these are just some games to watch before Inter plays. That's gonna be the week before we play on that Sunday against Atlanta. And then here's the other game. New England's gonna have a game in hand over us now because they're gonna play New England against Orlando City on Wednesday, June 15th.
I
No,
hope
that
both
wasn't a
teams
mistake.
lose.
uh, yeah, honestly, I do. The draw would be nice there. That's a way of both teams losing.
For some
I'll take
reason,
I'll
both
take a
teams
draw there over
lose.
anything. I'll take a draw. I'll
I
take like
hope
a
this
really
Thunder
shitty
and the
draw.
game gets postponed.
I hope it's like two own goals back to back, so nobody can
Yeah,
be proud of it.
everybody loses.
But and then back to regular schedule programming. Really, after that, because after that game, Wednesday, June 15th, 4 days after, we will play Atlanta at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. There is a group of guys getting ready to go over there, guys and gals, getting ready to go over there from Vice City. I'm sure the other supporters groups are maybe sending some people up. So it'll be
Yeah,
nice to see the pink and black over at Mercedes-Benz.
tell Max I said
Uh,
hi.
tell who?
Tell Max I said hi.
Oh yeah, Max is over there. That's right. He's like a who, who is he
He
gonna root for there?
he
He's
no he
probably gonna root for
converted. He
Atlanta.
converted. He fully converted.
Yeah, he
He
fully
was in
converted.
the Atlanta section when they played down here. He fully
That's true.
converted.
That's true. He is fully converted at this point. Whatever. Enough of that. So to the end the episode, wanted to preview a little bit of what we're gonna be going on next episode. We thought there's not really like a comprehensive history on Inter Miami, so I'm gonna be doing some research in this week, and we'll be giving you guys kind of like a comprehensive Inter Miami history from beginning to now. Cover all the bases just so there's one place with their history. We'll do a separate one with supporters group, but I want to focus on the team, where the team's done in its
Hmm.
first 3 seasons, for a historical value of it. And I think it'll be pretty fun to kind of go over our long and kind of complicated history. Um, Another thing I wanted to do is react to some of the international players playing. We didn't get
Yep.
to see Yedlin play tonight, so we'll see if we see some Campana. Well, I'm sure we're gonna see some Campana. They're gonna try
I
him
hope
out.
so.
I'm sure we're gonna see some of the other guys. So we'll do some reactions to that. It'll probably be a week before our next episode. What's today? Wednesday.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll probably record next Wednesday, and we'll talk to you guys all about that. Akeem, any closing thoughts?
Yeah. There's a. I mean, we went over our normal time because there's so much international information, and so there's not. You're not going to be at a loss for soccer during the break. Everybody's playing everywhere. There's going to be even teams without insert players is a lot. Everywhere you look, there's gonna be games on. Either it's gonna be lower division games like USL, international games, Nations League, friendlies, that South American trophy. Actually never heard of that tournament before, but whatever. It's soccer. It's a trophy. So even though it's an international break for us, and even though summer's about to start, no loss of soccer. There's so much content to watch, and I love it.
I love it too. Around I think by the end of the international break, I'm gonna be so soccered out.
Yeah, you're gonna be burned out because you're gonna be
I'm gonna
catching.
be
You're gonna
burned
have the
out.
screens up. Like I have two screens here. I'm gonna have
Yeah.
games here and games here, games on the TV. OJ's gonna
I
be he's
usually
sleeping on the
do
couch. So
when MLS is playing and stuff like that in USL. I have two screens and I'll do two games on each screen.
yeah,
And
so
Ashley's like, "Can you do more than that?" No, Ashley's like, "Oh, you want to get a third screen or something? Say something." And I'm like, "I could put six games on if you want."
just do what
Because
I do. I have an ultra wide. Just do what I do. Just get an ultra wide.
yeah,
It makes your life
I'll
so much
probably,
easier.
yeah, I'll probably end up investing in one. But yeah, we're not gonna be at a fall for games. There's gonna be so many games. It's gonna be a lot of fun. This is a slow part of the year for me.
Yeah, that's
I
right.
think I get a week.
Cause school. Yeah.
Was ending, testing's over. Today I was able to watch uh, Wales and Poland. That was really cool. I mentioned it earlier with the students, and it was really cool to see Wales lose. I don't want to see them win too much.
Mm-hmm.
They might beat Ukraine, or Ukraine might win. Be careful what you
I
wish
hope
for
Ukraine
there.
makes it. It's a good story. So
That'd
I'll
be
be
a
here.
cool. That'd be a cool story to see us play against Ukraine. That would be really cool. So we'll see what happens there. But yeah, after that I had Italy on one screen, Italy against Argentina, and then on the other screen I had Scotland versus Ukraine, which was a great match as well. And we're gonna be having so much soccer. It's gonna be a blast. We'll update you guys along the way. Thank you guys for joining us this episode. If you stuck through it the entire, what do we get? An hour and what?
126.
Not too bad. Hour and a half. Thank you guys for sticking through for the 90 something minutes. Appreciate it. And catch you guys next time. See you soon.
Good luck. Have fun.